Hi guys, it's Talia with Phenixx Marketing and Media, and I just decided to put out a DIY video, marketing DIY, because I have just finished up talking to a couple of clients, and when I was putting together some of the things that were their next steps, I just thought, why not share it with you guys? Because in everything that I do, I realize that I have to give away a lot of information to get a project. I mean, there's just absolutely no way that you can hoard all of the information and hope that people are going to work with you. So, whenever I start to work with folks, I initially just have what I call a discovery meeting, and then we we listen and find out kind of what is keeping them up at night and where they are, because marketing and branding includes so many different things that anyone who says they have a package is just really hard to it's really hard to say that you can have a package for everyone. And so what I do after that discovery meeting is I come back with basically a quick proposal that shows you everything you should do, absolutely everything. And sometimes people say, thank you very much. And other times people say, well, perfect. I can do two of those things with you, and I'd like to do the other things on my own. And I'm completely good with that, because most of the clients that I work with don't have the ability or the resources to get someone to do everything for them. So, with that said, the reason why I am putting this DIY marketing video out is because I want you guys to know how to navigate through those steps. So let's just get started. So I believe strongly that the steps are the same for every marketing product or person or thing. So there are a lot of different ways that you can execute, but the steps to getting down that path are the same. It's awareness is always the biggest thing, and it's the most important. But if you don't have a huge budget to drive awareness, then working with the people that already know you is important. And so if you have a huge budget, then you can work on awareness, which is fantastic. But I caution people to move away from spending a lot of money on awareness until you've done the other steps. So let's just talk about step two. Step two is making sure that you have your brand established. And what does that mean? So what it means is that even though it's tempting to start to put Facebook ads and to start to do paid SEO and paid placements, the very first thing is, do you have a voice for your brand? Is it clear what you stand for? And if that brand was talking to you at a party, would you be able to walk away and say, I understand that brand? And if you can answer that question, then good for you, and you are moving along. What I kind of call that is the voice of the brand, and really important to kind of establish that. I prefer that that is all in writing. So if you are starting a business right now and you're hearing it from your friends and family, they want to know, what is your plan? What's going on next? So I would start with that document that is your brand Bible. It explains everything about your brand, not the business plan, but instead, this is the brand plan. What's the voice? What are the kinds of words that you would say? What's the colors that this brand stands for? Everything should be included in that. And it's almost like a script. It's like the thing that you could give out to all of the friends in the room, and they would all be able to speak the same way about your brand. And if you need any more help with that, I have some more videos that'll be coming on building that brand. And then the next thing, if you feel comfortable that you have a really good brand plan and a voice and some language that you're like, my brand is all about being flirty, or my brand is all about being masculine, then you are in good shape. If you don't have any clue of what I'm talking about, check out my brand archetype video where I walk you through how to find out which one you are. And from there, we can go to the next step. So the next step is, after you've established who you are as a brand, even if it's you or a product or a service, you're ready to go to the next step, which is, let's expand the brand. Meaning, now with everything that you own, every platform that is yours. That means if you have access to log in, that is an owned media platform. And so with that, let's start to make sure that across all of those platforms, we have a consistent idea, look, color, logo, font. I know it may seem like, well, I haven't even touched that site in a year. I haven't been on Twitter in 6 months. Do I really have to post to Facebook? Well, my very first answer to that is it depends. If you have a site that is up, it is very important that it represents you in the best way possible. Because guess what? The people who visit that site, maybe they're on Twitter every day and they're left wondering, why aren't you? So my very first tip for people when they're wondering, how do I handle all of these different social media options? I can make it really simple. If you're on the social media platforms, then you have to keep them updated, keep them relevant, and keep them in alignment with your brand. So you may say, well, that's a lot to do. And you're absolutely right. And that's why I go to my next point, which is do less with more. Meaning, do a lot less, but just do it well. Because there is so much going on and there are so many things that you can do, then don't feel like you have to be an expert or make it a full-time job to do your posting on social media. Instead, just pick something that is a really strong message, really well done and really well branded, and post that across all of your platforms on a regular basis. And those are the two things that are really the most important things to do. So just to recap, if you have a lot of awareness, that is fantastic, and just keep that going. But really the main thing that we want to focus on is, what do you know about your brand? Are you able to talk about it consistently with your brand plan? And then the next thing is, what does everyone know about you on the platforms that you own? So anything that you have access to log into, go in and make sure that across all of those platforms, they look like they come from the same place, the same brand, and the same voice. So we'll pick up on the other steps on another video, but thanks for tuning in to the DIY and how to get your brand started. Thanks.